Page 40, this is the theme from the movie E.T., the Extra-Terrestrial. The thing I want to point out in this piece is the time signature. It is a 3-2 time signature. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. If you understand how time signatures work, they can be any numbers, sort of. The top number tells you how far to count, or how many beats in a measure. 3. Well, we've had 3-4 time, so we've already had 3 beats in a measure. I think we've had 3-8 time, no big deal. The difference here is the bottom number's a 2, which means half note. So there is the equivalent of, or the same as, 3 half notes in every measure. All right, doesn't bother me, it is fine. The kicker is then when you get to the 8th notes, those are like 16th notes in a 3-4 times. It's like 1 eanda, 2 eanda. First measure, right hand, 1, 2, 3, 1. 3 eanda, 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda, 1 eanda, 2 eanda. That's all. It's a slow piece. It's a majestic piece, so it's okay. Lots of chords. Try to get the notes down on these chords at the same time if you can. Now we can't hold them down necessarily for the full length. I'd like to hold that in the left hand. I like to hold that whole note down for the rest of the measure, but I can't because I got to come down and play that. Pedal will help us out, but in theory I'd like to hold that, so it's here. Second finger here. And that F sharp is good for the rest of the measures. So that is, spell the chord out if you're not sure what it is. This is the second line, first measure on the second beat. You have an F sharp, a B, a D. Right hand is a B, a D, an F sharp, and a B. It's a B minor chord. If you've been doing the B minor scale and the B minor arpeggio, like I'm hoping you do, that's no big deal. You just have that. Now, accidentals, look out. The third line down. Here. Yes, that's what's written. E flat, A flat, C, and then here, and again, that's what's written here, and then an E flat, A flat, C. So the counting on the third line last measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 E and a 4. 2, and then you repeat that. Let's go over to page 41 where the fun starts. 1 eanda, 2 eanda. 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda. See? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1 eanda, 2 eanda. Here, a D sharp, F sharp here, and then an F sharp in here. The D sharp turned into an E flat, okay? Don't worry about that. We'll fix that later. It's supposed to be an orchestra playing this. Come up. It's the same rhythm. They want to that's a stretch. You can go ahead and thumb on that E flat if it'll help. And it is an A flat because there's an A flat earlier in the measure, so it's still an A flat. However it's fingering it, I don't know how big your hands are. This depends. See here? Third line, 1 eanda, 2 eanda. Is that too fast? Slow it down. It's 2, 1. 1 eanda, 2 eanda. This is fun, huh? Just block chords. fourth line down. Last line. The fingering they're showing, I don't like that kind of fingering. If I'm going to use the same finger twice in a row, I think I'm going to do a 5. I use the 5 because I want to connect that. I want to feel the connection, and I can't do it. I can't feel a connection there. So I'm going to start with 5 here. The beginning of the line. And the same thing on the next one, 5. And I do a 1, 4, 5 here. And those eighth notes, it's a B flat and an A flat both, because the A flat you had earlier in the measures, it's still good. So it's here. Here. I have to watch that. So you go through and work out the rhythm and the fingering that works for you. This is a rather loud piece for the most part, but we don't want it to be loud all the way through. It's got to have some contrast. It starts out moderately loud. That's the right hand. Just keep the left hand a little softer if you can. There's a crescendo in the second line. You're going to go up to loud for the last line. So you got 2 measures to go from moderately loud to loud. So in the second measure, just stay moderately loud. You come up just a hair. Now you're loud. At the top of page 39, you come down to moderately soft. The left hand needs to be soft. Your crescendo and the landing on that. And that accented note, then it's going to be loud because of the accent. So you're starting out here. Get down. Soft. You get the idea. And then third line, you're loud. The second measure, there's a rallentando there, which like a retardando. Just slow down. It's more intense. And it's interpretation here. In my opinion, this part, starting with the third line last measure, where the fortissimo is, this is like, yay, and it's very majestic, and you can actually slow. You had a rallentando there. You can just stay a little slower. Just not a lot, just a little slower. It's just, again, the third line, you're starting out. You're just a little slower than you were at the beginning. You're staying at that speed throughout until at the end you slow down a minute. Really slow down. Well, this piece is an orchestra piece, so we certainly need pedal on this. We want the overtones, and we're going to need to connect this a little better. We have to be careful because with all these moving eighth notes running around, it can get real smeary real quick. And we don't want smeary. We just want a lot of connection and a lot of sound in the loud parts. So the pedaling, if I pedal it the way it's shown, this is what it is. It's going to be legato pedaling, or lag pedaling, or syncopated pedaling, or whatever you care to call it. The notes go down first and then the pedal. Actually, because in this piece is a majestic piece, you could almost just put the pedal down immediately. But when I change it, it's going to be after I play the notes. They're showing pedal all the way across the first measure. I think that's way too mushy. It's just too much. So I'm going to change it instead of every measure. I'm going to change it, I think, about every 2 beats. Or I should say, I'm going to change it on the 3rd beat of the measure. So it's going to go down for two beats and then change it on the 3rd. Change, change, change. I think that's much cleaner. So again, I'm going to pedal it for the first 2 beats and then change it on the 3rd beat of every measure on page 40. And then when I get to page 41, it's pretty much the same thing actually. Here it's softer. I lift it up on that. And then put it down again after I play the A. Just cleaning it out, because if I leave it down all the way, I get all of that. And all I'm doing is I'm pretty much just leaving it all and then pushing it down. So it's not quite so blurry. Too much. I'm going to change the pedal on every beat here. Keep in mind, a beat is a half note, not a quarter note. So it's every change, change. And then this part, I'm pedaling it the way I did on page 40. So it's here, change, change. Pretty much all the way through until the end. And then at the end, the pedal and the hands come up together. That's my suggestion on the pedal. It's a really nice piece. People would enjoy hearing it, assuming you get all the right notes most of the time, huh?